Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my wigs. Yes, I sometimes do make my wigs and sometimes I just get them like that. But anyway, so today I'm using Eunice hair and I have 4 bundles. I have two 20-inch bundles and two 18-inch bundle with a 18-inch frontal. As you guys can see, the frontal is not bleached yet, so it just looks really clear. So we're gonna go ahead and bleach this so it can look more natural and look like our scalp. So I'm using the BW2 powder, and I'm going to be mixing it with the 30 developer and making sure this is not watery. It's the thick consistency, because if it's too watery, it's gonna go um, through the knots, and then it's going to bleach your hair, and we don't not want our hair to be bleached. We just want the knots to be bleached. So making sure that is thick, and then I'm going to start placing that bleach on the knot and making sure you're not putting too much pressure, because if you do, again, it's gonna go through the lace and bleach your hair. And I was doing this really slow, but I sped the video so it looks like I'm going fast, but it was actually really slow. And make sure you have gloves too. So yeah, I just go ahead and put it all over the lace, and I kind of do go over the where the hair is, to just kind of bleach it out, and then I close it up with the foil and I let that sit for 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna go ahead and dye my bundles jet black, because I want a jet black hair. So yeah, that is what I'm doing, and I do this for all of the bundles. And I actually let that sit for like 30 minutes too. I should let it set for a longer time, like maybe an hour, but I just did 30 minutes. And yeah, it's still, turn color. So right now I'm just gonna cover it up and just let it sit. So now I'm going to go ahead and wash off that bleach and also shampoo, because we do not want chemical on our head. If you let the chemical, it's just gonna keep processing. And yeah, so I'm gonna shampoo and condition the hair. And yeah, and I do that also with my bundles. And as you guys can see, the knots look really nice and bleached, but I wish I went and tint the knots. But anyway, so right now, as you guys can see what I'm doing, do not mind my face. I was exfoliating that day, and I thought, since I'm going to be making a wig for most of the time, why not just put something on my face and take care of my skin. But anyway, so right now I'm just seeing where I need to cut, because lace frontal are always too long for my head, because I have a small head, so I always have to like cut it. Well, I actually never use a frontal. I never made a wig with a frontal. I always use a closure, but this is my first time actually using a frontal to make my wig. So I'm going in to just see where I want the lace to stop, so it doesn't what do you call it, lay on top of my ears. I want it to be like behind my ears and laid flat. So right now, as you guys can see, I'm cutting the lace, and I'm actually cutting a little bit of the hair, and I also do the same thing for the other side of my ears. And yeah, so now I'm gonna go ahead and let me show you guys. Hold up, what am I doing? I get so confused. What? What am I doing? So right now I'm plugging the hair. I just took a tweezer and I'm going to be plugging the hair. You want to do this randomly, because we all don't have like a straight hairline. I think straight hairline actually looks very unnatural. So I'm plugging and I'm randomly plugging, but on the side I'll plug a lot. In the middle of my hair, I do not plug that much, and I kind of part the hair on the side and plug in between, just to kind of lighten it and make it look natural. So as you guys can see, the before side, this is the side that I didn't plug already, and this is the side that I plug, and you guys can see how softer that looks and more natural. So yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest, and I'm just plugging the middle part. Again, I do not plug the middle part that much, because I do have a widow's peak, and I want that to be where my hair is, like, really in the front. So as you guys can see, this is the finished plugging process, and look at all of that hair that came out of there. Can you believe that? So now I'm going to be laying the head on top of my dome cap, which is going to be the one that we sew down on to make the wig. And you want to make sure the lace goes over the dome cap, because we are going to be cutting the dome cap off and making sure that it's also flat and secure all around, so that you do not get that bump on your lace. Because I know sometimes when I did with the front, I mean the closure, I do be getting that bump and it's so irritating. But yeah, so you do the same thing for the back too, and I'm using T-pin to secure that. I'm pulling it back and pulling it on the side. So now I'm just sewing, and I was having a little bit of difficult time with the thread because I made it too long. So I'm gonna start sewing from the side. As you guys can see, I'm going through the cap and through the lace, and I kind of loop it and pull out. And that is what I did for the whole part of my lace, to make sure it's secure. And yeah, so right now I'm just speeding it up, and I'm basically doing the same thing. Make sure you go through the cap, through the lace, and loop and pull. Through the cap, through the lace, and loop and pull. And yeah, so now I'm doing the side of the end, and you're basically doing the same thing. Do not mind my face, guys. I didn't have makeup on. I didn't have a reason to have makeup on. So yeah, it took me 2 days to do this wig, guys. 2 days. I was taking my sweet time because I really wanted to come out the way I wanted. Last time I let someone do my wig, and I didn't really like the way it came out, and I also didn't like the hair. So yeah, so now I'm gonna start sewing up my bundles, and as you guys can see, I go through the width of the bundle, and then I go through the closure part to connect it together. So I do actually sew it through the closure, and I make sure that is very secure, because that is the beginning part, and you want that to be secure, because if that is not secure, your whole wig is just gonna look jacked up, and you don't want a jacked up wig. Okay, you did not take all of this time to end up with a jacked up wig. So yeah, I'm taking my time, and I'm going through that, and then loop and pull. And that is what I do for most of this hair. Actually, all of the hair. Go through the cap, go through the weft, and loop and pull. And yeah, why am I not speeding this time? I mean, I think that is explained already. Oh, look at my ashy hand, Lord. I just didn't care this day, did I? And it's so annoying. The head keeps moving. It was so annoying. And I took a lot of breaks, so maybe that's why it took me 2 days. And yeah, so I'm actually double wefting for the bottom part. I took the 20-inch and I double weft them at the bottom. And when I'm actually getting to the crown of my head, I start to use single weft. So yeah, I think I'm still double wefting here, and I just kind of sped it up. You guys don't have to see the same thing over and over again. So this is the part, and when I was sewing this part, I was going this part. Okay, so now I'm going to start going straight, because you want your thing to be flat, and I'm also going to be using single weft. So this is the part that I started using single weft. I'm not double wefting, because when your lace goes back, you want it to be flat, like it's nothing. You do not want that bump at all. So that is why we're using the single weft, and we're going straight instead of curving the weft from each side of the am I making sense? From each side of the bundle. No, I'm sorry, from each side of the closure. So we're just going straight, and now I'm just basically done, and I'm going to cut off that excess cap because we do not need that. Yeah, so making sure you're not cutting the part that you sew, you're just cutting right above the part that you sew, and you just cut that whole cap off, and you do not need that. And I actually went ahead and put not adjustable strap, but elastic band. And yeah, so see how that looks. I am really happy with this hair. Everything was flat. I didn't get any bumps at all. I'm also gonna leave a link down below of the videos that I watched that helped me. So yeah, so now I'm going to show you guys how I laid the wig down. Oh my god. And I did went ahead and put some foundation on my lace because it wasn't the color of my scalp. It was a little too light, so I put a dark foundation so it mimicked my scalp and my skin tone. But if you're lighter, you do not have to put that. I can also go ahead and tint the lace. But anyway, so now I'm pulling that wig back and just adjusting it from the back, and I'm gonna pull it back, as you guys can see. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my, you know, the infamous got to be glue that everyone and their mama is using now, and I'm gonna put it around my non-existent edges, you know. But anyway, trust me, I'm gonna be having edges now. So I put it all around, and I put a little bit like behind my ears, because I do have a little bit of lace there, so I want that to also lay down. And I'm just gonna make sure I blow that. Some people use dry, what do you call it, blow dryer, but I'm just using paper because I don't have any hair, so I don't have to do that. So to lay down right in the front, I like to pull the middle part to the front, because remember, I have widow's peak naturally just like my mom, but of course I don't have hair, so you guys can't see it. So I pull that to the front and I press it with my finger to just make it secure, and then I go to the side and basically do the same thing, but I don't pull it as forward as I pull the middle part, because you want that to look natural. And yeah, so I'm basically pressing it down and making sure that it's staying secure. And yeah, just press, not too much, you know, a little bit of tap 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 and the dap dap dap. And I just do the same thing for the other side of my head, and I just pull that closure, that lace, and lay it down and just tap tap it so it's secure. Yeah. And now we're gonna start coming out with the baby hair, because this closure actually didn't have baby hair. So I'm gonna take a spoolie and just kind of pull some hair very lightly. You don't want the hair to be thick because then it's gonna look unnatural. And I'm gonna cut that, you know, make it short like a baby hair. And this just kind of helps the hair look even more natural. See how I can just pull that hair to the back? And I basically take that spoolie and brush it back, and I put a little bit of got to be glue to just lay the baby hair back and just kind of curl them, like curve them, you know how baby hair looks, they look curly. So yeah, that is what I'm doing. And I also do the same thing for the side. I don't really do any in the middle. I just wanted to do it on the side because I feel like that is so much more flattering for my hair. So basically, we're literally done. That is it for this, and I'm just showing you guys how it looks. And this hair does not move. Like literally, later on that night, I had to like pull it off. But yeah, it doesn't take any of your hair out. The glue is not actually glue. It's what, you know, the white guys use to spike their hair. That boys use to spike their hair. So yeah. This is how it looks in a bun. It looks really nice. I'm so happy with this wig, and I hope you guys like it. And so I'm gonna go ahead and flat iron it because I did this hair just so I could wear it straight. And yeah, look at that party. Yes, I'm so proud of myself. But anyway, guys, so that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And if you want a more informative video, I'm going to link it down below, the video that I watched that helped me make my wig. So yeah, bye and mwah.
Bring the beat back. Stop, I ain't ready yet. Wait, let me fix my hair. Yes, yes.